the Jets, you're always going to be second fiddle in New York, and then you couple that with being just one of the shittiest organizations. Move the team. Get rid of the team. Move the team.
They're not moving. Welcome to another episode of Why is Draymond Green Talking About Football with me, Jordan Schultz, presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. I'm NFL insider JS, and I'm joined by a super fan who loves the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know he's very excited to talk about the black and yellow. We've got a great show planned ahead. We're going to talk about the biggest storylines from Week 6, not to mention everything you need to know about Week 7. Dre, is our last episode before the NBA regular season. And this is year 14. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, are you in top shape? Are you in game shape? Are you in playoff shape? Where are you at?
Well, first off, move over NFL because the NBA is here.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that go. But in all seriousness, no, it doesn't compete. I know, Jordan. You don't have to shoot us down. It's a joke, Jordan. I know the NFL dominates everything, and rightfully so. But no, I'm not in tip-top shape. I don't think at this point in my career I never really want to go into game one in tip-top shape because that means you've been over-preparing and then your body's going to break down, right? But what I will say is I'm at 85%, which is kind of right where you want to be. And then also there's just certain things that you can't get not in the game. And even in a preseason game, you're not playing a crazy amount of minutes. You're going to get one game. I think our last game that I played in, I played 22 minutes, right? And so you're starting that ramp up, but you got to
22 minutes is, that's not nothing. I mean, that's still some time.
Absolutely. And then our next game, I'll probably play, our last preseason game
30.
on Friday, I'll probably play 28 to 30 minutes, you know? And so you start to get in that real dress rehearsal kind of mode. But I'd say I'm at 85% right now, which is exactly where I want to be. You got to give your body a little room to continue to grow. I remember Steph came in last year in too good a shape, and they shut him down for a while at the beginning because it's just one of those things where you come in too good a shape with the amount of minutes and stuff that we have to do, it can work against you the opposite way. So I feel great though, brother. I'm at about 85. And you figure the first couple weeks of the season where you getting that real game play, real game situation, real game moments, the heart of the game, the real bump, then you really roll right into it. But I'm in a good spot.
Yeah, Steph. So he came in too good a shape, and they shut him down during training camp.
Yeah,
not during the regular season.
Even last year. I came in really, really, really good shape.
I remember this,
in too good a shape.
Yeah.
And they were we need to take it slower in this preseason, almost ramp you down some to ramp it back up because it just becomes too much. And that's another thing that also happens in an Olympic year, though. If you play Olympics, you come into the season, when the Olympics end, you're a month away from the season. You know, and so to have that type of game experience, if you will, throughout the summer, Olympics makes it a bit different as well. But he was in too good a shape coming into training camp last year and had to pull it back a little bit.
When you saw him, were you like, damn?
That's the thing, right?
He always looks like
he's always going to look the part.
He's so trim,
It ain't necessarily you're going to see him and that's just going to, he always going to look the part. He always in incredible shape when it comes
just like Diddy,
to the
Barron.
appearance. B. Diddy was not always in shape.
No.
But
Barron loves to eat, just like me.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of meals with Barron where I was like, damn, bro, you eat a lot. Barron loves food.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with loving food.
It is for me when you're not working out. I'm not working out enough. I got to get back in the gym.
Get up and go work out. Stop being lazy.
Do I look
Make
different?
1 hour a day. Make 1 hour a day. You can make 1 hour a day.
Do I look different?
Go work out.
My wife says I do.
I mean, if she say you do, that's all that matters, right?
I know. All right, so I tell you who's different: Baker and Daniel Jones.
Woo!
Both these guys are playing great. Actually, I want to be congratulatory pat on the back because I called Daniel. I did not call Baker. I don't even know. Yeah, but the Baker thing, bro. I have never seen a quarterback go from where he was, basically like a waiver wire guy, to this. What do you think enabled Baker? Obviously, like scheme and everything, but what is it about him that's enabled him to not only rejuvenate his career but become a legit MVP candidate?
Well, I think number one, getting with Sean McVay was huge. He got with Sean McVay, was able to play in a system that allowed him a little more freedom, allowed him to show his talent. And albeit it wasn't for a very long time, a very short sample size, I think with that, you then go to Tampa Bay and you get an opportunity. And what he's done in Tampa Bay, it's less about his play, and it's more about a place that welcomed a personality. And because that place welcomed a personality, he was the number one pick for a reason. You know, like it's not like he couldn't throw the football. It's not like he couldn't run the football. It's not like he couldn't command an offense. He was the number one pick for a reason. He was the Heisman Trophy winner for a reason. So this isn't a guy with no skill, but he had been places that didn't necessarily appreciate
Carolina,
the personality.
Yeah.
You know, the Browns. Like,
the Browns.
They didn't.
Browns.
It's a show.
Yeah, I mean, they've had 100 quarterbacks. I mean, it's, yeah.
Exactly. But they couldn't accept the personality. And so when people don't know what to do with personality, what they do is they make personality a problem. And personality is not a problem because we all have our own personalities. Some are just more braggadocious. Some, this one's a little toned down. That one's a little more bold. But when you have a bold, braggadocious personality, it takes a special group, a special person to accept that, see that, and know what to do with that. And now Baker's in a situation, in a place that knows how to accept that knows how to deal with that. And now you're allowed to see the talent. But people was punishing him before for the personality and not allowing the talent to shine through.
Yeah.
And now we're finally able to see his talent shine through. When he ran that ball on 3rd and 14 a couple days ago,
yeah,
like, you can't tell me that's not the same guy that did that same thing at Oklahoma. That's the same dude. And by the way, he was doing that very thing. And so, but he's in a space now where it's safe to be Baker. And because he's in a space where it's safe to be Baker, you're now able to see the talent of Baker Mayfield.
Todd Bowles was asked about that play, and he had a wide range of emotions during that play. Throw it away, get down. What the hell are you doing? Oh, great play. That's the Baker Mayfield experience. And if you're able to entrust him, enable him, then he can take you to the moon, man. He's one of those guys now where we've seen it now. He's had multiple, I think 3 game-winning drives where you expect him to make the game-winning plays. When he doesn't, you're surprised. That's a special category. It's a rare category to be in.
A very rare category. But Rashad said it, when he had him on, he said, you just want to play for him. Like, you want to go do it for him. And so what Baker's doing is, the most important thing he's doing is he's leading. He's led a group. He's shown them that I am the leader, follow me. Because he's shown them that, now all these guys are just running through brick walls for him.
Right.
And it's allowing him to shine through. And so I think that's the best and most important thing he's done is he's gone to an organization that accepts leadership. The Cleveland Browns does not accept leadership. The Carolina Panthers does not accept leadership. He's gone where Baker has played the best at is Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 Super Bowl winning franchises that respects and accepts leadership. And then you got bad franchises who don't accept leadership And that's where he struggled. And so you're right. Ty, that is the full Baker experience. But, the one thing Ty Bowles didn't say? It wasn't up to him whether he stopped or kept going or not. He just believed that he would do what he needed to do. And when you give a talent that type of freedom and that type of confidence, you then let the talent be the talent.
That's a great point. This is off the top of your head. But is there an equivalent, an NBA equivalent, to Baker Mayfield? A guy that was just totally cast off, highly regarded, and then somewhere along the way became a really, really good pro.
Isaiah Thomas. Younger Isaiah Thomas. You're talking about a guy who's
The only difference is he wasn't a high pick. He wasn't a high pick.
True, he was the 60th pick.
Yeah.
And so that's the only option. But when you talk about having to go through the you're with one team, he worked his way up on the Sacramento Kings. So although he's the 60th pick, he became their starting point guard. He became the starting point guard of the Sacramento Kings, then had to go take a backup role in Phoenix to ultimately get to Boston and become an MVP candidate.
Yes, that's true. The
Phoenix
and
part's
so crazy.
It's a little different as far as he didn't start at number 1. He started actually at the back in number 60.
Right.
But he then worked his way to number 1.
Right.
And then was thrown to Phoenix where they had a bunch of point guards. Somehow ended up in Boston where he was able to show he was an MVP candidate. And so, little different start, but I think very similar journeys.
Look, P&W boy too. Just like
yes, he is.
Emeka Ibuka, he is a Tacoma product. Isaiah Thomas averaged 45 points a game in high school?
So listen, check this out. Isaiah Thomas.
Who's, by the way, I just want to, Isaiah Thomas might be 5'9". He might be 5'9".
On a good day.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, when I went to NBA camp, NBA Top 100 camp, I hurt my ankle and I couldn't play. I used to go and watch Isaiah Thomas games because I just wanted to see him play. He was incredible. And I was on crutches, so I couldn't play with the team.
You just wanted to watch him play.
So I go watch him play. Isaiah Thomas has always been about a bucket.
Yeah.
And again, but Isaiah Thomas has a very, it's me, and I'm going to tell you, and you're going to know this is how I feel. And it's hard for everyone to accept that, right? So you look at the Sacramento Kings at that time.
That's the version of the Browns. The Kings are the Browns in this scenario.
At that time, for sure.
For sure,
They weren't able to accept that. Phoenix at that time was not able to accept that. The Boston Celtics has the most NBA championships in history. They were able to accept that. So it's certain organizations, and people don't understand that, whether you're talking basketball, whether you're talking football, it's certain organizations that don't know how to accept a player's greatness and can hinder that player from reaching their level of greatness.
Well, look at the Titans.
I think that's very much so what we've seen with Baker, and now we're starting to see the real Baker. You spoke of Daniel Jones, right?
That's another one for sure. The Giants have been.
The Giants is a successful organization that has won Super Bowls, but they've been going the absolute opposite way, right? And I don't view Daniel Jones as quite like that, where he's braggadocious and in your face, but
no, he's opposite.
Yeah, accepting greatness is accepting greatness. And him being the complete opposite can also work against you, right? Because then people just step on you. Mm-hmm. He ain't going to say anything. We can say this, we can do that, step on him. You know, and so it can have, although complete opposite ends of the spectrum can have the same outcome.
Yeah, the cool thing about Daniel Draymond is that he's very self-aware. And I don't know if I told you the story. I might have. But before the season, I got a great opportunity to spend some time with him in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. And I've known him quite well since his rookie year and being in New York. And it was the most relaxed that I had seen and experienced him. And I knew he was going to play well this year. At least I thought he would. I did not know he would do this. But I asked him point blank, your experience in New York did the team put you in a position to succeed? Did they give you enough tools? And he was very self-reflective about how he didn't do enough and how ultimately it's on the quarterback. And to me, that shows a lot of personal growth, but it also shows enough confidence in yourself now being in a new situation, having gone to Minnesota and then Indianapolis. And remember, this is before he started playing. This is right before the season. But I just felt like this is a guy that has real identity. He knows who he is. And New York is a tough place, man. It's if you are a quarterback, if you're the quarterback of the New York Giants, there is an expectation considering he's following the footsteps of Eli Manning, and it just didn't work out. So to see him have this success is incredibly cool, and it couldn't happen to a better guy.
1,000%. Here's what I'll also say, Jordan, and you hit on it. It takes a very confident guy to point the finger back at themselves, because when you point the finger back at yourself, you give everybody else the right to just point. And so then you have to be fit to accept that. But I'm going to give you a close similarity here. And we're talking Baker and Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones went through something like Baker, meaning he didn't have much time with McVay, as I said. Daniel Jones went to Minnesota, and what
Kevin
he had,
O'Connell, which is a McVay disciple.
Exactly. Yeah. What he had there, 2 or 3 weeks?
He was there. He was there, I think, a couple, like maybe 3 months. Oh, because they went to the playoffs.
Okay. So,
yeah, but he didn't play at all.
He didn't play.
Yeah.
So, but
he might have been there 2-3 months.
Study under that guy, and now you take the talent. He was the 6th pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
You take the talent of the 6th pick in the draft. You put him with a quarterback coach, a coach that knows how to get what he needs to get out of a quarterback, a coach that knows how to scheme the hell out of an offense. And look what he goes there. He goes there. He picks up on those things. He goes and takes his opportunity in Indianapolis, and boom. Sam Darnold, 3rd pick in the draft, goes to a coach, knows how to scheme the hell out of an offense, knows what he needs to get out of his quarterback. Sam Darnold becomes the Sam Darnold we know of today. Yep. So there's a correlation here, and nobody ever wants to point at the coach. And I respect Daniel Jones for saying it's on the quarterback. I didn't do enough, because he's right. He didn't do enough, and it is on him. But that does not negate the fact that Brian Daboll is an idiot. And Daboll could not help him, which makes their organization quite a shame, because they couldn't get someone in there that can help your 6th pick in the draft. Go get a coach that can help your 6th pick. New York Jets, go get a coach that can help your 3rd pick. Cleveland Browns, go get a coach that can help your number 1 pick. But no one ever wants to talk about the franchises. It's always the player. But then these players go to different franchises with the right pieces around them, including the coaching staff. And all of a sudden, oh, man, I see why he was a 6th pick. I see why he was the number 1 pick. There's a correlation here, guys, which leads us back to Daboll's an idiot. Now, Jackson Dart is trying to show that he isn't, but
he looks good.
He looks really good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. What about Cam Ward, another number 1 pick? They fired Brian Callahan, by the way, and let me just give you a little background. First of all, he's 4-19. That's as bad as it gets. All due respect.
Yes.
That is horrendous. 4-19, and it was my understanding, Draymond, that they actually had planned on keeping him. This was not the plan. If he loses another game or 2, we're going to get rid of him. I believe that the ownership, I think Amy made that decision. Mm-hmm. I think that was her decision. As it was explained to me, she had a lot of family at the Raider game. Mm-hmm. And as a result of it, and that was the worst game they played probably all year. I mean, they've had a couple bad ones, but that was really bad. She had a lot of family at that game, and she felt it was no longer tenable to allow Brian Callahan to remain the coach. Even though they didn't really have a plan in place for an interim. Mike McCoy hasn't been the head coach in a decade or so, former Chargers coach. So there's a lot to unpack with the Titans. A lot of dysfunction inherited all the way back from John Robinson, who ultimately traded A.J. Brown, and that was really the beginning of the end. They fired Mike Vrabel. You know the rest. Which leads me to Cam Ward. You know, if you're the Titans, your number one priority right now needs to be to make sure that whoever we hire next is going to help Cam Ward get to where he needs to be.
1,000%. I think, and you just mentioned it. I was talking to a couple of my boys about that this past weekend. When they got rid of Mike Vrabel, like, why? He's having a level of success that they haven't seen much of in Tennessee. And he gets fired, right? So the dysfunction, to your point, it goes back. And usually when there's dysfunction like that, just firing a coach doesn't do it. You have to go get the right coach. You have to go get the right general manager because you have to build a winning culture. You have to build a winning environment. The Tennessee Titans does not have a winning culture or a winning environment. Mike Vrabel had brought that to the Tennessee Titans.
Now he's bringing it to the Patriots, who, by the way, play at Tennessee this week.
Absolutely. And now he's doing that in Foxborough. You know, and so that's a shame in itself. Now we turn to Cam Ward. Cam Ward has shown that he's an elite talent, that he's a good leader. That's what we all believe about Cam Ward. But it's hard to beat the system. It's hard to shine in a system that's not built to win. And that organization has not been built to win. So they're probably going to need to get they're going to need to get a new coach for sure. But they're probably going to need to gut out a bunch more than just the coach.
They will.
Because you need winners at every level. You know, when I think of the Golden State Warriors, there are winners at every level. You know, if you don't have winners at every level, wherever the crack lies, it will get exposed. The water will start to leak through the crack at some point, no matter the level it's at. And with Cam Ward, if they want him to be successful, they need to gut a lot of stuff. They need a general manager that has his best interest, that know the right coach to pick so he can, and I just don't think they have that. And so it starts, yes, Cam has to make sure that he's doing what he has to do to improve, no question about it, but they have to offer him a lot of help. And I would be looking up the McVay tree. I would be looking up the McConnell tree. I would be looking up the Ben Johnson tree. I would be looking up these guys that have had success with quarterbacks. That's the guy I need.
Yeah.
And even if you don't think that guy is fit for a head coach, then he better be your assistant head coach. He better be your associate head coach. He better be offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach. There's ways around it, but that got to be the focus.
Yeah, two things. I think they have the right GM. Mike Borgonzi was in Kansas City 16 years. He was the top lieutenant for Brett Veach, and he inherited a really bad organization, bad roster. I think he's the right guy. I'll give you a name. This name hasn't been brought up a lot, but this is a name I've been tracking, and it's going to be a very familiar name. J.T. Barrett. Remember him? Ohio State.
Absolutely. Ohio State.
Star quarterback.
Absolutely.
Heisman candidate. I think he won a national championship. Pretty confident he did.
I think he did.
He was
definitely on the national championship team, that's for sure.
Yeah. He was a great college quarterback. He is now the Chicago Bears quarterback coach, working with your boy, Caleb. He is a fast riser. He was in Detroit with Ben. Ben brought him to Chicago. Now, I don't know. He's very young and he's green. But at some point, sooner than later, he will be an OC. And I think he will be a head coach. That's a name to watch. That's the type of guy you'd want. Because he has played the position and he can relate.
And him and Cam can grow together, right? You get those guys the opportunity to grow together, and it can be very impactful for both of them. I'm not mad at that name, as you know. I can always appreciate a guy who's done it.
Even if it's a Buckeye.
Well, I don't hate the Buckeyes like I hate the Scum, so it's all good there.
Could Aaron Glenn be the next coach fired, Dre?
I worry, but it's possible.
What do you like about him, or what do you not like about what's going on there?
He's already. What I like about him is he knows who he is, and he's trying to build a culture. I worry because I don't think he should be fired. Like, for instance,
he just got there a week ago. I mean, it's like
I don't think he's been given the chance to be fired. A lot like Borgonzi, he comes into a situation where it's the New York Jets, right? Like, they bring in a quarterback, and I like Justin Fields. I actually wanted the Steelers to keep Justin Fields. But they essentially make Aaron Rodgers fly across town.
No, across the country.
Across country, excuse me. Fly across country.
That story's unreal. Yeah.
They make him fly across country just to tell him in his face, we don't want you. He goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The story he told was wild.
It's insane.
He said he flew across. He flew to LA. He flew from LA, comes to New York, sits down. I think with Glenn and Muji, the GM, the new GM, and then Glenn says, "You're out." I mean, it was strange,
crazy. You don't do that to people, but you definitely don't do that to a legend like Aaron Rodgers, right? And so they do that thing to Aaron Rodgers. What does Aaron Rodgers do? He go get with the best franchise in NFL history, and now he's playing great football. And they're trying to figure it out with the guy that the Steelers let walk for Aaron Rodgers. Again, I am a Justin Fields fan. I want Justin Fields to do well, but it's the Jets, man. Like, you don't go to New York City and go to the Jets. You just don't do it. And so I worry for Aaron Glenn because, as a black coordinator, you're not getting many head coaching opportunities. So you kind of got to take the one that you get. And he took the job that was made open to him. But unfortunately, it's just not a great job. And it's a very unstable franchise. And they will do some unstable shit, like let him go in the middle of his first year as if it's all his fault. And I just don't think it is. But it's the Jets. What more do you expect?
Who's the NBA equivalent of the Jets?
There's a bunch of them.
I could probably think of three.
There are several.
Clippers?
Well,
at least they've been in some playoffs.
It's a much better run franchise.
Yeah.
They're a lot like the Jets in the sense of, like, it's hard to be in L.A. and be more important than the Lakers. Like, that's just a very tall task.
And the Giants are always the Giants.
Everybody in L.A. love the Lakers. So you always play second fiddle. The Brooklyn Nets, right? Like, you're always going to play second fiddle in New York City to the Knicks. Like, that's just what it's going to be. The Jets, you're always going to be second fiddle in New York, and then you couple that with being just one of the organizations. Move the team. Get rid of the team. Move the team.
They're not moving.
Move the team. Like,
I tell you what's is that stadium. It's awful.
They'll never matter. The turf sucks. The stadium sucks.
I hate the stadium. Like, I think it's the worst I've been to. It's awful.
Just move the team. Like, Jets stink. They got bad juju.
Yeah. Do players talk about the NFL a lot in the locker room? Is this a common, out of all the sports, is pro football?
Hell yeah. Because most guys also have their teams, right? So it's a lot of talking. It's betting. You got trainers in. And NFL is a big talk of the locker room during the NFL season, no question.
What's the biggest bet you've seen made on a football game or prop or whatever between players?
It's not necessarily about money. It's about what they make you do. Like, for instance, I'm not fond of bets of like, yo, y'all beat us, I'm going to put on a Seattle jersey. I don't want to wear your team's jersey. But so, like, it's all that type of stuff. Like,
or a Michigan jersey.
I wouldn't even dare make
You wouldn't even take the bet. Right, you wouldn't do the bet.
Like, I wouldn't dare. Like, I took that bet one time in my life where Harrison Barnes in North Carolina beat us, and I had to put on a North Carolina hoodie, and I felt like my body was melting. Like, it felt so wrong. I said I would never make a bet like that again. But it's more stuff like that, like guys making bets, like, to humiliate someone. It's less about, like, oh, man, they bet this big amount of money. It's more about, like, they're trying to humiliate you. I don't love making those bets. I'll bet money or some wine. You know all about me betting wine.
I know.
You have to send me wine, right?
Too.
Like, but I don't. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't want to put your team jersey or hoodie on. I don't care to support your team.
Yeah, but you're not. You haven't seen like 50, 100 racks over a game.
Not in the NBA locker room. No.
Because I've heard the stories, obviously.
Yeah, I play with the
more
Golden
like
State
spades?
Warriors. We're probably as much of a tamed down team as you can get.
What's the game?
But like
spades?
Boo-ray.
Wait, spades?
Boo-ray.
Boo-ray, yeah, Boo-ray.
Boo-ray's the game.
Yeah,
No,
Boo-ray.
Boo-ray pots can get up there. But just not on like a Pittsburgh Steelers beating the out of the Jets, you know?
We'll be keeping an eye on all of these storylines as we head into Week 7. Now it's time for our weekly bets. And first, a word from our friends at Fanatics. Other sports books just don't hit right, but FanCast makes switching to Fanatics Sportsbook easy. Only Fanatics gives you up to 10% back on all bets, win or lose. You can use your FanCast to unlock the world of Fanatics, from more bets to tickets to memorabilia and one-of-a-kind experiences that only Fanatics can offer. Don't leave rewards on the table this football season.
Switch to Fanatics Sportsbook and let the FanCast roll in. Winning hits different here.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050. New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app. # Fanatics Sportsbook partner. Now, as always, it's time for Picks and Parlays presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. We have a 3-leg parlay, Thursday Night Football. Your Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cincinnati Bengals in desperate need of a win. All of these lines are current as of today's taping. Wednesday, October 15th. Last week, once again, we were so close. 2 out of 3. We're in a rhythm. So anytime touchdown, we're in agreement. We got Jamar Chase plus 140. We like that.
Before we do like Jamar Chase plus 140, but before you say that, to all your friends that text you and say our parlays suck,
you constantly tell me there's like
can't
three.
Tell
there's
me
like
it's not good.
I know, and there's like
2 out of 3, and the one we miss on is Saquon.
Mine.
Come on, stop it! Like you kidding me? Come on.
The irony is
that's good picking.
Yeah, the irony is it's that. There's like 3, 4 guys, but 3 main guys, and they always text me, and I consistently blame you.
That's crazy.
I should send you the screenshots. Draymond.
At least you're honest.
I last week or a couple weeks ago, I just wrote your name with like 17 poop emojis. His picks suck. No, at one point I do come clean. I'm like, that was my pick, but I consistently blame you.
That's brutal. And I got no way to defend myself.
No, you have no way.
Up.
For all they know, it's all your picks.
At least you're honest. I can respect it, and you know what? I'll take the fall to your friends. But when we win, I want to cut.
Well, I'll just keep sending you more wine. Okay, so Jamar plus 140, Tug.
Love that. We definitely rolling with Chase plus 140. Flacco is going to at least try to get him the ball, and as we know, if I'm always open.
7-11.
He'll find it.
He had a monster game with Flacco last week. I actually thought they found a real rhythm. Not only him, but T. Higgins. As the game wore, you could tell first half, especially first quarter, not in great sync. But then as the game wore on, third, fourth quarter, second half, they really found a rhythm.
Those guys had gotten so accustomed to playing with bum-ass Jake Browning.
You don't like Browning.
It took them a little while to get accustomed to Flacco, but they realized, we got a real guy back here that can do real things.
Yeah,
it's a little uplifting and motivating.
Yeah, they just got to give him a little time. But with Flacco, balls out, can't move, but has a big arm, balls out, and that's what those guys need. Rodgers over 225 plus passing yards. We both like that.
Yep.
Because of not only him, but I think more so just the Bengals defense has really continually struggled. I'd love to see them find something because the offense is picking it up. But and then we got here's our sneaky play. This actually is it's sneaky my favorite. It's one of them. I like this play a lot. We got Kenny Gainwell, 20 plus rush yards. Not a household name, but when Jaylen Warren was out, he had a monster game, and then actually has consistently gotten touches. Dre, you like him?
I like him a lot. I think one thing about Mike T, you show that you can produce in the absence of a guy. He's not just going to stuff you back at the bottom of the bench. He's going to continue to give opportunities. Mike T is a player's coach, and so
the ultimate.
He's going to get the opportunities, and he's shown that he can tote the ball. So I love that. As soon as I scrolled through and I saw 20 yards, I thought that was a no-brainer.
All right, so to summarize, 3-leg parlay: Jamar anytime touchdown, Rodgers over 225 pass, Gainwell over 20+ rushing. We are very close. We've had a couple weeks, I think consistently, 2 weeks straight of 2 out of 3. So we got to hit all 3. Be sure to check out our parlay in the Fanatics Sportsbook app and ride along with us every Thursday night. Draymond, it's officially time for head-to-head pick'em. Each week we pick the hottest games. Last week, I thought last week he was 3-1, huh? Oh wow, you have gotten closer.
I told you this 3 weeks ago. Don't hold your breath. I'm on the way. If you want to win, in the words of my team Cleves, I said this, so maybe you'll remember. If you want to win, tap in. Because my record is about to go. Before you know it, I'm going to be 14-13, and then I'm going to be 17-14. So, excuse me. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Bad math. 17-13.
No.
Oh, 18.
I said I'm going to be I said I'm going to be 14-13.
Yeah.
So we're going to break this math down for Jordan, y'all. Meaning I'm going to go 4-0 this week, and then the following week
again.
I'm going to go 3-1. So I'll be 17-14.
Well,
I'm realistic, Jordan. I'm very realistic.
You do have a great degree.
I'm very realistic, and I'm really good at math.
To that point, you've been right. 3-1 against the spread last week, 10-13. I was 2-2. I'm 12-11. Let's go Philly at Minnesota. Philly's a 1.5-point favorite at the Vikings. I think my intuition right now is that Carson Wentz is going to start. So not McCarthy. So let's assume
revenge game.
All right, so you're taking the Vikes.
Nope, I'm taking Philly.
Oh, Philly. Oh, wow.
Philly's a mess right now, though, Jordan.
I know, so I'm taking Minnesota. I can't take
Good.
Philly. Philly is a favorite on the road. They're not playing well.
They're a mess. I'm taking Philly. Yep, there goes one win, everyone.
All right, I got Colts at Chargers. I've been taking the Colts damn near every week. Chargers are a 2-point favorite. I'm going to go Colts as Daniel Jones continues to play as well. This is also the Chargers are really banged up on the offensive line, and they don't have their running back, their star running back.
Yeah, I agree. I think the season's kind of headed in the wrong direction for the Chargers, and their favorite. I'm gonna go Indianapolis as well. And the Chargers also don't have much of a home field advantage. So
no.
I'm gonna go Indianapolis as well.
Yeah.
As much as I want to go against you, I think Indianapolis is the right choice.
I'm gonna go Packers at Arizona, 6.5-point favorite. Let's assume that Brissett starts again. There's no way he's gonna play like that against Green Bay's defense. He played outstanding. He was 9-14 on third down against the Colts. Over 300 yards. He played great. I don't see it again. Give me the Packers laying a big number on the road.
The Packers haven't played as well as everyone had hoped in those first couple weeks.
They haven't.
But Arizona's reeling a bit, so I'll ride with you on 6.5 is so many points. The problem with Arizona is you never know which team is going to show up.
Yeah, I know. But Jacoby Brissett, I don't know what the hell happened against Indianapolis. Is decimated, specifically in their secondary. There's no way that Brissett does that again. And the Arizona defense just hasn't been what I thought it would be.
I agree.
So that's where I'm at on that.
I'll roll with you on the Packers on that one as well.
Okay, and then you know where I'm going with this. Houston at Seattle, Monday night. Dun, 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 dun. If you haven't been, all your sports fans out there, football fans, if you have not been to the 12th man in Seattle, you are missing out. It is as good as it gets. And on Monday night, I've been to many Monday night games. It is elite atmosphere. And we got great juju in the city right now. We are 2 games away from the World Series. 2 games away from our first ever World Series. Give me the Seahawks minus 3.5 at home.
Man, the half point really scares me. But I'm asking you a question.
Houston's
Do you think Derek Stingley's going to have like a huge impact on Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Well, I mean, he matters a lot. He is awesome.
He's playing
Going back to
great.
the Tampa game, the Tampa game, he held Mike Evans in check pretty good. I mean, that's actually, that is such a great matchup. And I tweeted this out the other day. There's not a receiver playing better than Smith and Jigba. He has been sensational. And there's not a corner playing better than Stingley. Good juju for him. He just got engaged. Very happy for him. That's going to be a great battle. Those are two of the best of the best. That's going to be a great battle. But Seattle's got I don't know, man. Seattle, to me, the way Darnold's playing, their offense looks awesome. I mean,
it does.
They're 4-2. They could be 6-0. I like Seattle's. And I'm obviously a little bit of a homer, but I think they're a real team.
I agree. I think they are a real team. That half point just scares the hell out of me.
It always does.
But I'm going to go Seattle as well. I just think they're much better than Houston.
All right, so we both got the Hawks. We will track these picks every week, powered by Fanatics Sportsbook. Of course, you can follow along and put your own futures in the Fanatics Sportsbook. Dre, I think that's a wrap on the episode. Any parting thoughts?
My parting thoughts, Pittsburgh is headed to 5-1.
Okay.
And we're on track to do exactly what I told you. I'm looking forward to this week. That'll be 2 rivalry wins in a row. We're going to continue to steamroll ahead. Super Bowl champions, Pittsburgh Steelers. Can't wait. That's what I'm parting with. That's what's happening. That's a wrap. And in signing off, make sure you subscribe right now on YouTube. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and download Fanatics Sportsbook so you can make your picks along with us.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.